What's going on, guys? So in this video, you're going to discover how to command respect from anyone to the point where strangers, they just instantly treat you like a king anywhere you go. But before we get into the juicy details, make sure to hit that like button so that we can really grow this channel and impact more people's lives for the better. Now, let's get into it. So basically, guys, if you want to be respected to the point where strangers, they're respecting you, and women, they're just kind of starting conversations with you, then what you need is charisma. You see, many people think that if you acquire the intelligence, the talents, that success, it's just sure to follow. Now look, I wish that was true, because that seems like a pretty good formula for success. But look, you can look at any of our politicians and you can see that the people who run this world, they're not always the sharpest tool in the box. One look at boyfriends of many beautiful women, and we know that the sexiest women, they're not always attracted to the most intelligent people. So where am I going with this? Well, what I'm trying to say here is that there's more to success than having the hard skills. You need the soft skills. These politicians, they might not be the smartest, but they ooze charisma that can just take over the room. And that's what counts. Then the reality is they hire the smart people to work for them. That's the funniest part about it. People want to work for someone who looks and acts like a leader. And the ladies, they can't get enough of men who just have this undeniable confidence that's like an aura around them. Those men who always look calm, relaxed, and confident, who just seem to win the favors from all the important people. They get the girls, and they seem to get lucky all the time. But here's the good news. There are actually techniques behind charisma. Just look at Hollywood actors. You see some actors projecting this powerful charisma right off the screen in a movie. Then in the next movie, the same actor gets into a different character who doesn't exude that confidence that the prior character had. My point is that charisma is learnable. There's things that you can do to instill this charisma so that it becomes a part of you. Effortless, it's applied in your daily life. But we got to take a step back. What is charisma? So the formula for charisma is body language plus tonality. If you master those two things, you will be as charismatic as the celebrities. I promise you that. But let's break this down one by one. So we'll start with body language. Essentially, you want to get in the habit of using your arms and hands as you talk, kind of like I'm doing right now, like that, Start getting used to it. Now, the thing is, you have to force yourself to do it because you're probably not in the habit of it yet. And I know when you first start using your hands more, it might not feel natural to you, but that's part of the process. How often do new things come natural to you? Probably never, because it takes repetition, practice, and experience. But you have to start somewhere. Now, one thing I want to mention is that when you do bigger motions that take up more space, like this or something, well, that exudes confidence, essentially. Now, people, they don't consciously go, oh, that guy's confident, right? No. But subconsciously, they view you as higher status. But again, the main thing is you would just want to get in the habit of using your hands a ton. That's essentially the key here. Now, with that being said, let's talk a little bit more about tonality. And by the way, we're going to rewind. That body language position right here, that's one of 4 things that you can use to have people perceive you as confident. There's 4 essential movements or body language positions that people will just respect you when you use them. It's a way you hold yourself, essentially. Now that's one of the 4, but I have the other 3 in a course below. If you're interested, you can check it out. But I have more content on this too. In any case, let's get on to tonality. So what is tonality? It's essentially your energy in your voice. Now the reality is it can be broken down further with techniques and all that jazz. But the main thing you want to do is add more energy to your words. Now, I want to make sure we emphasize this. That doesn't mean talk louder or make more noise, but you want to create energy. See what happens when I talk like this? I sound like a robot and it's probably hard to listen to, versus when I talk like this and I can draw you in with more energy and energy. It's vocal energy. Now, I'm not a total expert on teaching tonality, so if you want to further practice that or get more lessons, then you can probably YouTube that, just like you did for this video. But I promise you guys, if you master body language and tonality, women will be drawn to you. It's almost like there's this irresistible, invisible force that's just drawing them in. You're like pulling them in almost like that. Now, and not only that, but your friends will look to you as a leader and you'll captivate any room you walk into. In fact, I know this from firsthand experience. You see, when I used to be pretty much at a point where you're likely at right now, these 2 things were non-existent to me. In fact, I didn't even know they existed or what they were. If someone said tonality, I'd be like, what's this? What is that? Like what? You know, just not even in my reality. But you can even go back and check it, look at my older types of content, and you'll see that the way I talk is just different, my tonality. And it's harder to listen to me then versus it is now. And anyways, I kind of felt like the average Joe trying to get people to respect me and listen to me, but I struggled to captivate their attention. And that didn't change until I started mastering my body language and dialing in my tonality like a clock. You see, once I started applying all this research on essentially body language and tonality, people, they were just genuinely interested in what I was talking about. It didn't matter if the subject was actually interesting, it was the way I communicated. And that's what charisma is. And you probably noticed this, the other people, these other celebrities, they have the same effect. I mean, think about Jordan Belfort. That guy, I don't care what he's talking about. If he's on the video, I'm in. I'm suckered in. He draws me in. You can't do anything but listen and pay attention. Charisma is powerful. It really is. I'd rather have charisma over intelligence. I honestly, it depends on what spectrum, but charisma is powerful, guys. Now look, if you want to streamline your charisma, I have a very simple and quick course you can go through to conquer your body language for undeniable confidence. It'll help you command respect and have women like you more too, to be honest. Now, it'll give you the most basic, but yet extremely powerful body language positions. I shouldn't say basic, they're easy. They're easy to put into your life. And it's gonna help you gain leadership. Now, I'm gonna leave the link to that course below. And if you found this video useful, please, again, I wanna ask you to toss us a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And actually, no, one more last thing. I wanna hear which factor of charisma you think is more powerful. Body language or tonality? Leave a comment below and let me know.